Please stand by for the John and Gordy Morning Show. Phone lines are open right now. Call or text 608-879-8255 or use the free Civic Media app. And now, live from the Civic Media headquarters in Madison, Wisconsin, here are John and Gordy. We're truly sorry.
You should be. You're sorry. You're sorry ass. This is WMDX. John and Gordy in the morning. I'm John Peterson. That is
Gordy.
There
Good morning. Hi, how you doing?
Behind the glass,
we got
in the control booth.
Dominic Lee.
There it is.
Good morning,
How's it
Dominic.
going? Good morning. Good morning, guys.
He's limping around this morning.
Yeah, he's hobbled.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
must have seen an episode of Gunsmoke, and he's doing his Chester impression.
That's it. He
You know,
doesn't know what
I never
Gunsmoke
wanted
is.
to use that. I never wanted to use it because that really dates everyone.
Yeah.
But
I just laughed and nodded my head
Yeah.
right there. I didn't know what it was
It's an
about.
old Western TV show from the 50s and 60s.
Chester, what was it? Chester?
Gunsmoke was the name of the show. Chester was Marshall Dillon's sidekick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deputy.
and he had a serious limp.
Dennis Weaver. Yeah. He had a bad limp. So how did you get this limp? Wait, you
Yeah.
were playing soccer?
Yeah, every Wednesday, I always like to get active, right? I haven't been active in 6 years because I just sit on my butt every day.
Yeah.
And I decided to change it up a little bit. And it turns out I twisted my ankle while I was playing. And so I've been hobbling ever since. And it is excruciating, Gordy and John. It's excruciating.
Well, you need some painkillers? You need some Tylenol? What do you need?
You got some painkillers?
You got
I got a pocket full right
You want
now.
a what?
You
You need a hot water bottle? Yeah. Remember hot water bottles?
I'm going to Target after this and getting some Tylenol.
I don't know. You don't have to go that far. Right across the street, there's a guy standing around out there.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of
yeah.
supplies.
You
He
know?
calls them. Well, we hope you're feeling better soon.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You don't need to go to the X-ray room, do you?
I don't think so. I'll get it checked out later today. Maybe I will. I don't know. If I'm not here tomorrow,
You
well,
won't.
now you know
You
what's
won't.
happening.
My God. Do you have health care? No.
No, I don't.
Oh, wait, you do, don't you?
I do have healthcare, actually, yeah.
Through your parents, right?
Through my parents, yeah, until I'm 25.
26.
26
Yeah. Well,
or-
under 26, right?
Right, yep.
25. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a nice deal. Let's hope that stays around for a while. Nothing seems to be holding up under this administration at all. I saw a small, short video of Zelensky walking out there, getting ready to have his meeting with Trump and Putin. I just made an observation here, but because I have been shopping for pants lately, I'm looking at Zelensky and Vladimir Zelensky. I just want to say it the right way.
Yeah.
So anyway, it looks like he's got either skinny or slim jeans that taper to the ankle on.
Okay, slim fit.
I think but they're tapered to the ankle. That's an additional style.
Okay.
And I think he has those kinds of pants on. So he's ordering some pretty damn good pants on Amazon. And looking good, by the way.
Yeah. Oh,
With what's going on in
Dressed up for
Ukraine,
the
he's
occasion.
not eating a lot, so he's fit, trim, and ready to go.
yeah. Well, it's a nice day here this morning. It's nice and cool outside.
Yes, it's actually beautiful out there.
Now, this says mostly cloudy, but it looks pretty clear downtown here. So you might see a few clouds this morning, but otherwise 59 degrees currently, highs close to 80 today. John's checking his WMDX Samsung watch for the dew point because we heard yesterday it's going to climb, and it's going to start to get muggy again, I think.
Well, you're making some big promises here. Okay, I will try to follow through on those promises if my watch reacts. To use this feature, you allow me.
Okay. What
the hell?
In
is
the
this?
meantime, what's the sunset? I'm asking you too many questions.
You are
can't
asking now. It's asking
pushing
for
a lot of buttons
permissions.
over there. What's happening?
Everything is correct.
Wait.
I don't know why
Something
it's
reset or
asking me these stupid questions.
Okay, never mind.
You're going to have to move on.
All right.
Oh, no, I have it. I have it.
Okay.
I got it.
All
Okay,
right.
the dew point is currently 59 degrees.
Oh,
I like to look at it as 59%, but they use degrees. And I think that's,
that's all we need to know.
that's low. That's below 60, and that's great. below 65 is normally the uncomfortable point. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Such a
actually,
the guy was a former weatherman. You know?
Did it for 20 years.
Sure.
Well, I think what you meant
Man
to
of many
say.
words.
I think what you meant to say is when you get above 60, it starts to get muggy.
Above
60,
60,
65 really starts to get muggy, and then 70, forget about it.
That's exactly what I tried to say.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What
Well,
do we
thanks
got
for
here?
correcting me in front of everybody.
My apologies. Okay. A little bit later on, we're going to talk to Tim Slecker in about a half hour.
Yeah.
And find out the latest on education. What's new? What's Linda McMahon been up to lately?
The big thing for them is that school's starting up, and
it's back to school time.
It's exciting to see everybody prepare to get back to I guess the homeroom or the school room that they always talk about. They have their little homeroom bit.
Well, and get prepared for some sticker shock at the store. Back to school supplies are all feeling the weight of inflation, or whatever you want to say.
Somewhat, they try to put a lot of this stuff off.
Yeah.
Especially with China, because a lot of the stuff comes from China. They gave them a 90-day extension on all the big, huge tariffs they're going to levy on them.
Yeah.
And that means that they're trying to put this off through the Christmas season. So 90 days will apply to a lot of the individuals who want to order from China, so they'll get in on the low prices before the tariffs go up. Mm-hmm. And then they'll put another freeze on that and then extend it for another 90 days. We'll be talking about it ad nauseum forever.
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in our next hour, attorney Jim Santel will join us. Yes. Get the latest on the Supreme Court. I thought they were supposed to be in recess.
They are. But they released their list of items that they're going to be taking a look at in October, I think, when they come back.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Brewers are 12 in a row now. Yeah. Brew Crew. Woohoo.
Yeah.
12 in a row.
Free burgers.
Yeah. At what's the name of that place? You know the name of the burger place?
George Webb.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they have any around here?
George. By the way, I thought I missed it because they did that. They broke the streak, and it's great that you get these free burgers. But I thought, oh no, I'm not in Milwaukee to take them up on it. But they do schedule the day that they're going to have the free burgers.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you thought you missed it, you didn't. They're going to come out with a day. They'll announce that really soon and tell everybody who can make it to Milwaukee to get a free tiny little hamburger from George Webb.
They're like sliders, right?
Yeah, that's what they're basically.
So you get, what is it? If they beat the record, everyone gets free sliders?
Well, they put it out there ahead
on?
of time if they went 12 in a row, which they've done.
Yeah, it's not a record, but if they go 12 in a row, free burgers.
Wow. Free burgers.
Yeah.
Oh, what an incentive.
Yeah. Right?
Well, I know it. Tiny little sliders, But it's a cool tradition.
And it's a lot of free publicity for him, too.
Oh, yeah.
I saw signs, in some of the Brewers' highlights, the George, what's his name again?
George Webb.
George Webb. Okay. Yeah. So, they got a lot of free publicity out. Everybody, it's a win-win for everybody. We always like
I didn't think you'd go that far, but you did.
Love to throw out those old sayings. Okay. Is it time for what would you do if you were, whatever the thing is?
It's about that time, guys. I don't want to do this, but
which is worse?
If you can understand what you're saying under the reverb.
I also made an outro, so let's listen to it.
Oh, an outro. I can't wait for that. Okay.
Would you rather?
Yeah, wait until you hear the outro reverb. All right.
At the other end. Okay.
All right. First question. Would you rather be able to breathe fire or breathe underwater? It's very simple, nice and easy.
I want to breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Everybody
rather do that.
You want to breathe fire? That'd be sick.
Yeah, no, that would be bad.
I want to be in How to Train Your Dragon. I want to breathe some fire. Come on.
I've tried a few joints that are like breathing fire.
Right. Some bong hits.
Yeah, some bong hits. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys done that before?
Yeah.
All right.
No, we haven't.
We heard. We've heard through the grapevine what that's like.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would probably breathe underwater too. I don't want to breathe fire. All right.
You changed your mind?
Yes, you guys were right. All right. Second question. Would you rather create a new holiday or create a whole new language? Made you guys think this time.
Yeah.
No, I'm not really thinking, but I'm thinking about. I'm
Just
thinking.
dozed off for a moment.
I'm thinking about the Klingon story that I haven't gotten to, where the guy's teaching his newborn as a first language the Klingon language.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Klingon language?
Yeah, we might get to that.
So what's the choice again?
what
New
was
language or what was the first?
New holiday.
Oh,
create
new
a whole new holiday.
Yeah, holiday. I'll go with the holiday.
Yeah, I'm there with the holiday too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I would create a whole new holiday as well.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys really persuaded me today. That was.
Yeah. Well,
But
you're
you know,
easily
I
swayed.
honestly
I am.
cannot wait to hear the ending that you produced.
Oh yeah, wait for this. All right,
Okay.
here it goes.
Go
Let me,
ahead, hit it.
Hold on. Actually, you know what? Let's
New outro?
Let's do it. Ready? Let's do it.
All right,
Are you
let's
ready?
go with
Yes,
it. Here we
I
go.
think I'm ready.
Here
Yep.
we go.
Push the button.
Would you rather I call my mother, Chester?
I refuse the commission.
Would you rather have a pizza?
I would rather do nothing and be happy.
I hate this segment.
See, you have no idea what it says.
That was
no
difficult
idea.
to understand, but I heard something about you hate this segment.
I hate this segment. That was the only thing you heard. A couple would you rather's in there, and then just I hate this
I
segment.
think that's
Well,
right.
is that what it's?
That's what it was.
Can you play that again?
Yeah, you just want to play that again?
Play it
let's
again.
do
I
it.
want
All
to see if
Would you rather do?
Would you rather I call my mother, Chester?
I refuse the commission.
Would you rather have a pizza?
I would rather do nothing and be happy.
I hate this segment.
Was there something about ordering a pizza?
Yeah, would you rather order a pizza?
Oh.
And then it's would you rather this? Would you rather that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of
You
these
really-
days I'm
I
gonna
did not hear any of that.
I'll turn off the reverb and you guys can actually listen to it legitimately.
Okay.
All right. Well, good enough.
Well, that sounds good. But I think as a piece of production that I know would have been redone, simply because there was too much reverb. For you to keep that as our intro is the best idea.
Yeah.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
just,
It was all planned, so
yeah.
there we go.
Okay. Great. So glad we could share that with everybody. Okay. This
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, a little behind the scenes. You're really getting the hang of the things there.
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah.
With the reverb and echo. And
And that's about it, yeah.
This portion of John and Gordy in the Morning brought to you by our friends at Verlo Mattress. We were just talking about back to school time.
Yeah.
Well, it's that time of year, and you can start the school year off right with a mattress set built just for your student. Think how happy they'll be. It's time for you to get them a better night's sleep with a new Verlo mattress. For bigger dreams, your student needs the best sleep. And for that, it's got to be Verlo. Go to Verlo on the east side or west side of Madison, or check out their website, verlo.com, and you can see their lifetime comfort guarantee. Okay.
Well, we got a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Tim Slucker from Busted Pencils will be in here, and we've got a few topics to take up.
Yeah.
And that is a few things from PragerU, Dennis Prager. They have a little university that isn't really one, but they call it that. And we'll be talking to him about his impressions of PragerU and the new tax funding that they're going to be getting.
And also, attorney Jim Santel will join us in our 7
Oh, yeah.
o'clock hour. A lot straight ahead. Stay with us. It's 92.7 WMDX Madison with John and Gordy.
ask me what's trending. What's trending? You can ask me what's trending. What's trending? You can ask me what's trending.
Oh, yeah.
What's
WMDX 92.7. John and Gordy in the morning on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. We've got so much coming up today. I mean, we are just throwing out the stories. We're spewing them.
That's it.
There's so much to talk about.
It is 6:23. We're seeing mainly clear skies, maybe a few clouds here and there today, and highs close to 80. And currently 59 degrees here. This portion of the show brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center. They're at 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison. They have fast and flexible appointments. Their number one goal isn't just selling hearing aids. It's improving the quality of life through better hearing. Call 608-249-4077. Ask for Jim or Sarah.
Yeah.
They're both there, and they'll be answering your calls and taking your appointments. It's Madison Hearing Aid Center. Go to their excellent website for an early hearing test. You can do an initial test there at madisonhearingaidcenter.com. Okay.
All right.
What is trending?
Well,
boy, D.C., I'll tell you what, there were a bunch of people that were not happy to see the troopers on the streets.
Yeah, there are a lot of videos out there where people are protesting and shouting at the troops that are out in the streets.
Yeah.
You even mentioned a checkpoint, right? Out in the street. Yeah. Wow. Checkpoints in our cities?
Well, yeah, they put a traffic checkpoint in one of the busiest places in D.C., and they were, the news crews were, of course, there, too. It's like, let's call in the media, as soon as they put up the checkpoints.
Oh, yeah.
And so then people started gathering and yelling, and there wasn't it didn't appear like anything broke into violence or anything like that, but there were a lot of very unhappy people and a lot of yelling.
Well, tempting violence, that's for sure.
Tempting violence, yes, on the edge of it. And that's what was happening in Washington, D.C. last night, So
here's what I'm thinking, and I think Democrats should do this. We should threaten each and every one of these Trump appeasers that are going along with Trump. We should threaten them, that we'll go after them. They'll be part of whatever it is that comes after Trump, because we're going to go after Trump too. The guy is just breaking laws left and right and getting away with it. Trump, a new administration can come in and then go after these people. And if you're ever a part of it, or if you participated in anything that Trump ordered that was unconstitutional or illegal, your ass is on the line.
Yes.
All right. And if we did that, that would discourage a lot of these people from participating or thinking, there's no consequences. Trump ordered it. I think we should go after them. We should threaten them and tell them we're coming after you because you went along with this. You're not innocent.
Well, a lot of these National Guard troops don't want to be a part of it either. A lot of them, there's a lot of stories out there about many of them are just, deciding they don't want to do this.
Well, they can plead their case in court.
Yeah, right.
So, that's the way it is. I mean, you're part of it. That's the way it has to be.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it should be.
Plus, a university, same thing. The people that are running these universities, like Harvard, they're going along with this. They're very close to an agreement, a $500 million.
Yeah.
Is it 500 million or billion?
So. No.
Who knows? Anyway, there's a close agreement now. They're just moments away from doing this, and they're going to pay them off, and they're going to go along with a lot of this stuff, and they're going to have DEI for conservatives for the MAGA.
Yeah.
500 million.
500
million.
So
right.
It's just ridiculous that everybody's folding their tents. Viktor Orban, I'm sure, gave him this tip, right?
Yeah.
Viktor Orban did this.
His buddy. Yeah.
So now the whole thing is just like he's, step by step by step doing everything Orban did, and the universities are kowtowing to the administration. That's it. I mean, this is fold the tents time.
Yeah.
And he's got like 3.5 years to influence colleges now. And they're going to bring in different people. Certainly the MAGA contingent will be teaching in those colleges now. And it's going to be a pretty much a nightmare. Again, next administration or the people running for the next administration threaten to go after these people.
So in D.C. last night, in addition to, because Trump's calling the shots here, Mr. Micromanage everything.
Exactly.
In addition to the D.C. police, who made up a bulk of more than the dozen police officers at this one particular checkpoint, CNN is saying they observed agents with Homeland Security investigations, Department of Homeland Security, with the enforcement and removal operations, a division of ICE, National Guard troops. So they've got a mixed group there of all these different enforcement agencies on hand, and Trump's calling the shots. So there you have it.
All right. And, everybody's, going shopping and they're seeing all of the prices going up. I mean, they are really going up.
Especially meat prices.
Oh, and meat prices are outrageous. They've already been outrageous. They've been that way for years.
Well,
I know it costs.
This is a good thing for the vegetarian people, because
they can laugh
there will be more vegetarians sprouting up because of meat prices. Can't afford meat? Go with,
Sure, the veggie burgers are so appetizing. So anyway, the beef prices are up. They were up before. Now they're really up there.
Yes.
And I went out shopping to get some of the deals yet where they haven't marked it up. Hopefully they haven't marked it up, like those frozen 1 pound packages. That's what I went out to shop for. And I got a few, by the way, found a few. But here's the thing. Brazil supplies us with the supplemental meat because we don't have a huge meat market in this country. So we always bring in imported meats, and that's Brazil. And Brazil has this huge tariff on coffee beans and now meat. So we're not getting the meat supply, and that's why there's even a bigger shortage of red meat.
Well, and on it goes, and up it goes. All the prices going up, up, up. Hey, we've got the Midwest Food and Farm Report coming up next. There's more straight ahead with John and Gordy after we take a few minutes to consider what our friendly and knowledgeable sponsored people have to share with you. Stay with us.
Right.
Tim?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Don?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Not too shabby.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
So about in this next segment, when we get about halfway through, I have to talk about our listener appreciation party and give the key word. So everybody stand by for that.
At 45, we're
at
dedicated
6:45
to that moment. Yeah.
So, we'll have a little music. You guys can take a little break.
I'll do a drum roll. We'll do a drum roll too.
Okay.
Oh, God.
You always need a drum roll.
You need it. Yep.
Whew. What's shaking?
Well, I got a few things here for you, Tim.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to talk about any of this stuff, but with the with the fact that PBS is going to be losing a few stations and probably a lot of programming, somebody's stepping in to fill in that gap now with taxpayer money, by the way.
Nice.
They don't like paying for PBS, but they sure do like PragerU for some reason.
Hey, you know what? Quality kids programming right there.
Absolutely. You can't beat that stuff, So I want to, I could bring that up. There, I have an example here of Christopher Columbus in a kid's video.
Oh
which, by the
no, let's do because we've covered this on.
Oh, you have?
On the show on Busted Pencils.
Before, right?
Yeah, and this is this is frightening stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is something now the Trump is partnering with these guys to bring their videos, some of their cartoony videos about at the Founders Museum exhibit, and they're going to use some of this stuff from PragerU in there.
I mean, we need to, the Smithsonian, get rid of that Declaration of Independence and let's put in PragerU videos.
Yeah. Oh man.
Somebody might read that, that declaration and get ideas.
Yeah. Well, right. By the way, Ryan Walters is doing it. He announced this month that his state will be using the new ideology test from PragerU to certify teachers who come in from states with what we call progressive education policies. Anyway, do you want to get into
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Okay.
I'm
right.
so.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for the last 2 days.
Oh yeah.
On a higher education and the future panel. So, we did not talk about PragerU though, but
yeah,
I mean, I think, who needs History 101 in college when you can watch PragerU kids videos?
Well, I have another story here where AI is making the college-educated question, where do you go? What's your career path? A big one now because a lot of kids, according to this,
20 seconds.
The unemployment rate for recent college grads is now higher than the broader unemployment rate. So,
well, that's,
right.
Yeah.
Mike stuff.
I don't know. That's new, but
All right.
With no more kids.
We're going to elect a president.
No more kids. He's going to do what the people want. No more kids.
We're going to run things our way.
No more kids. Nobody's going to tell us what to do. Rocking and a rolling, splishing and a splashing over the horizon. What can it be? Looks like it's going to be a free country.
All right, WMDX 92.7. This is John and Gordy in the morning.
6:35, sunshine this morning. A few clouds along the way. High near 80 this afternoon. Right now, 59 degrees. Coming up in about 10 minutes. I'll reveal the next keyword in our listener appreciation party happening at Doundrin's Distilling.
Which is open to everybody, but you get special privileges.
Yes, for the VIP passes. So we'll tell you more about that in about 10 minutes. Right now, Tim Sucker joins us from Busted Pencils. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, man. I am so happy to be in a free country.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I know you guys, in education are really kind of excited about the new school year. Right?
Oh man, teachers are just bursting to get back and figure out whether they're allowed to even talk.
Right. Say anything in the classroom anymore.
Better make sure that just stick to the script, man.
Well, there is a new player in this now that we've lost PBS.
Yes.
As an educational channel that used to teach your kids, really good lessons, right?
Yeah.
Well, somebody's stepping in now. It's PragerU. Dennis Prager has this, university of stuff, and now Trump is deferring now to PragerU to fill in some of the gaps that public television used to fill.
Dennis Prager, pretty conservative guy, right?
Well, very.
Yeah. Always has been, always will be.
Yeah.
I mean, an expert though in children programming.
Well, I've got a clip here. Why don't we play this clip? This is clip 112, and this is from a Christopher Columbus animation that they have about slavery. And let's listen to what Christopher Columbus thinks about slavery.
Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? Before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
Yeah, it's no big deal. There you go. What's a perfect example? And, I can't wait to see that.
Well,
at what?
I didn't realize Christopher Columbus was, they were able to tape him and record him, and somebody found that record. Oh wow, that's interesting.
It's pretty good. I know.
I mean, who can argue with you? It's better than being dead.
I know.
You know.
So slavery has its upside. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, it's the glass is half full if you look at it that,
Right?
Look, you're not dead.
Yes.
Wake up every morning and first count your blessings. Oh my God. I might be a slave, but I ain't dead.
That's right. And if slavery is acceptable, then that's okay.
Yes. No, this is we've covered this quite a bit in Busted Pencils, because this is, if you look at it, it's this kind of sweet little cartoons, and I tell everybody, go out to PragerU and take a look at some of these videos. They're cute, they're animated, they're kind of like this, if you remember back to the Schoolhouse Rock type of videos. They're engaging, they're fun, and it's almost, if you're not paying attention,
right,
you might think, wow, this is really cute kids programming. But what you just did there, you guys, by putting that clip is to highlight, going, okay, but what are they saying?
They slip these little nuggets in, right?
And that's it. And there's a ton of these videos that just put forth and remember, it's a very indoctrinated view of American history, and I thought we were combating ideology and indoctrination in education.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's interesting, but at the same time, pointing this out constantly is that, well, it's your indoctrination that's a real problem, not ours.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
And sometimes you just wish you'd be like, just come out and say that, and say like, look, we're tired of the indoctrination we believe your side was putting forward. We're now in charge. We're going to start doing our own indoctrinating. So just sit back and watch it. But, what it comes across, though, is that somehow, and even with kids, but this vision of American history, which is what a lot of these PragerU videos are trying to do, is not true.
Right. Yes, that's the problem.
Saying it very gently, of course.
It's not true. And and think about that too, the way you situate this, going like, hey everybody, don't worry about Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street and Dora the Explorer and whatever, Mrs. Frizzle, and don't worry that those they're going away. We've got something that will easily take its place. And that's frightening because take a look, I think there was one we did with Frederick Douglass where Frederick Douglass even kind of made a comment about, slavery. I might have fought against it, but but and it's the the interjection of a but phrase.
That is exactly.
And it's so
Well,
be aware, people, as we're listening to these things. And this comes on, they say, all week, earlier in the week too, and now saying, the Smithsonian, and we saw this earlier, that they're under this, decree that, that anything exhibit that the Smithsonian has cannot, must be free of indoctrination.
Right.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I think there's a math formula for that. What is some kind of like DEI minus mega
equals.
Yeah, equals what we're doing now. Here, the Trump administration has partnered with the platform on a Founders Museum exhibit that will be at the White House for visitors using taxpayer dollars, I would assume. I hate it when it's spending on PBS, but they certainly like PragerU to use some of our taxpayer dollars. As tech outlet 404 Media explained, they're going to create AI slop videos in which we see John Adams say, "Facts do not care about your feelings."
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Wow.
So, that's, and again, this is called AI slop. That's an actual term.
Oh,
so, wow. Yeah, exactly. For any of these videos that are created through AI, that's usually AI slop. That's what they call it. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And by the way, this is rolling out in Oklahoma too. Ryan Walters has announced
of course
this month that his state will be using new ideology tests from PragerU for certification of teachers who come from states with what we call progressive education policies, something he said is necessary to protect students from radical leftist ideology.
Right.
Again, using taxpayer dollars for that instead of PBS.
So in other words, California and New York teachers, stay away from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Well, because it's just like progressive teacher education ideology. And I know a little bit about teacher education, considering that's what I'd made my entire career on. And I can tell you that Oklahoma and the colleges there and universities that are preparing teachers are doing exactly the same type of work that they're doing in New York colleges and universities and California universities, which is using research-based understandings of what's best for kids, what's the best curriculum. And, hey, drum roll, I think, or something like that. I can see, going.
Yeah.
But drop it in there, Gordy.
Do you have a drum roll?
We're going to use a drum roll, actually, in just a moment here, but we're talking to Dr. Tim Slecker. We'll get back to more of our discussion in just a moment, but right now we want to tell you more about our Listener Appreciation Party that's coming up. That's right, WMDX is hosting the ultimate Listener Appreciation Party. It's happening September 6th at Doundren's Distilling in Cottage Grove to socialize and get together and build community, have a few drinks, and enjoy the facilities there. You can bring your kids. By the way, this is open to everybody, okay? It's free and open to the public. You can bring kids. They have a playground at Doundren's that they'll enjoy. But we're giving you a chance to enjoy something a little bit extra, a VIP invite for you and a guest that includes a free tour of the distillery, a tasting of some of their spirits, and a WMDX swag bag with all kinds of goodies. Now, you need to listen to this keyword and then text to win, okay? There's the drum roll you asked for, Tim. Okay. What's the keyword? Does that drum roll ever end, or is it just continuing forever? Is there a little splash at the end of it? Okay,
no splash.
Okay. The key word is tea.
Oh!
Tea. T-E-A. Tea.
There must be a reason why we picked tea.
Well,
right?
That's because they have a green tea vodka at Doundren's Distilling.
Well, there you go.
Tea is the key word. You have to text us to get in on the drawing for this. And if you're one of our, we'll draw a couple of winners this morning. And you got to get that entry in before 8 a.m., okay? So T is the key word. Use your Civic Media app. It's free to use, free to text. T is the key word.
All right, we're talking to Dr. Tim Slecker from Busted Pencils about PragerU filling in those blanks now left by PBS as they go out of business and cut their programming dramatically. Did you have a final thing you wanted to add to that before I bring up AI as another hot topic for you guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, PragerU, I would just remind everybody that this is not quality kids programming. This really is hardcore indoctrination.
Yes, propaganda.
Propaganda. And then back to Oklahoma again, saying, he's going to screen teachers for progressive ideologies. He's not going to have, quote, any teachers, because what they consider progressive ideologies are things like, concern for special education, recognizing that lots of students have different situations and that teachers should be responsive to those diverse kids. Anyway,
I know. It's just outrageous to even think that any of this is taking place and people aren't protesting. And I can't believe there's some kind of lawsuit to use a standard like that in public education.
Yeah.
I mean, there is something called the First Amendment somewhere along the way, and we are kind of forgetting about that now.
We will return with Dr. Tim Slecker in just a moment. We've got a couple of phone calls lined up as well. Hang on the line there. We'll be right back with more of John and Gordy in the Morning from Madison, Wisconsin, WMDX. Stay right where you are.
What's your function?
I'm going to get you there if you're very careful.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
I'm going to get you there if you're very
Little conjunction junction.
Yeah, conjunction.
I thought that drum roll had a stop, and it just never did.
I know. I was waiting
it says
for the
drum roll, please, in just one of the drops, and I was like, okay, this looks about right, and it never had one stop.
It was
we can add a splash to it.
Never-ending drum roll.
That's what this show is all about. It's just a never-ending drum roll.
Right.
The inventor. The former scientist and inventor from Google who came up with AI. He's called the godfather of AI.
Right.
Godfather of AI.
The godfather of AI, like the godfather of Green Bay.
Right.
But,
yeah.
Anyway, he is worried. He actually regrets having created AI.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He is warning everybody about it. He says... Wait till you hear this. He's warning that there is a 10 to 20% chance that AI wipes out humans.
Wow.
This is a guy. What's his name? Do you know his name?
Yeah, it's Jeffrey Hinton.
Yeah,
that's the interview I saw.
He's been out quite a bit, kind of with his concerns.
Yeah, warnings.
Yeah. I'd be more worried about the potential of John causing the next pandemic with that nose blowing.
Yeah. What's up with that?
I have a runny nose. It's part of
every day.
My gene pool. Let's see here.
You know what's interesting though? It's just that 10 to 20% that AI. It'd be interesting though. I mean, what is the percentage of like nuclear Armageddon, climate crisis,
climate change that kills us all? Yeah.
Oh, wait. That's not a problem anymore.
Oh,
that's right.
It's just a reminder, we have Mark on the line if we want to take a phone call right off the.
I figure when you said there were calls, that had to be Mark.
Mark, of course.
Yeah.
He's always in on the action. And we appreciate that.
Yes.
Let's see. I got to do a quick spot here for hearing aids.
All right. We got a little text here from Matt as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like we have a hired staff that is doing all this stuff for our show.
Well, yeah. Trump consistently calls.
40 seconds.
weekday in Madison, overlooking State Street. The leaf blower guy, I guess maybe that leaf blower that fell off the truck yesterday.
Yeah, they haven't been back since then.
Yeah, a little problem with it.
That's all right. Sunshine today, highs close to 80, a few clouds here and there. This portion of the show brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center at 4706 Cottage Grove Road. They have fast, flexible appointments. They're family-owned and community-focused, and they do help people change their lives. Their goal isn't just selling hearing aids. It's improving the quality of life through better hearing. Take an initial hearing test at their website, MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. That's free to take. And then you can call them to make an appointment, 608-249-4077. Talk to Jim or Sarah at MadisonHearingAidCenter.com.
All right.
Let's go to the phones. Phone lines are open, 608-879-8255. Mark is on the line.
We're here with Dr. Tim Slecker from Busted Pencils. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I wonder if included in the Oklahoma curriculum will be a little study of early in the 20th century Oklahoma agrarian socialism in Oklahoma, which is a book that I found at St. Vinny's that's talking about where the farmers were upset with their conditions. So they were experimenting with socialism in Oklahoma, of all places.
Wow.
And for this goofy Dennis Prager, I wonder if they're going to teach that the Puritans weren't too tolerant of other Christian denominations. You got wearing a cross, you'd be considered a Papist, and likely to get flogged. Or if you were a Quaker, like Mary Dyer, I guess that she kept preaching Quakerism, and eventually they hung her.
Wow.
So they weren't really tolerant.
I'm going to guess that PragerU hasn't gone that deep into the weeds on this.
Not yet.
My guess is that PragerU and a lot of the religions of the Great Awakening, First and Second Great Awakenings, actually would have been unwelcome in Puritan New England, and with what they teach and what they continue to teach would have been met with some rather severe sanctions.
Right.
Exile was the least of it, but because they didn't really tolerate any kind of dissent there. So, and they didn't celebrate Christmas in New England until, it was illegal until I think after the Revolution.
Yeah. Well, at least that won't be banned, but everything else will be. We'll be going back to those times. Those wonderful times that I'm sure PragerU is celebrating in animation form. All right. All right, Mark, thank you for the call. I want to get to something here that you guys always talk about on Busted Pencils, and that is AI. Johnny's a little afraid of it. You, of course, have accepted a little bit more of what the possibilities are for AI, but Jeffrey Hinton, he's the Nobel Prize-winning computer scientist and former Google executive known as the godfather of AI, fears the technology he helped build could wipe out humanity.
Yeah.
And he says the tech bros are taking the wrong approach to stopping that from happening. He has a suggestion here. He's presented an intriguing solution, building maternal instincts into AI models, all of them, so they care about people even once the technology becomes more powerful and smarter than humans. Hint and stress, it's critical research that should be done. That sounds logical, doesn't it?
I have from the very beginning always said please and thank you to my AI just because.
Good manners are important.
Yes,
you knew right away.
I just, when the time comes, they'll be like, Tim's a good guy.
He respected us right from the start.
I mean,
at the beginning.
His co-host Johnny, though. Oh man.
He'll be on the run. He'll be a fugitive from AI.
It is an interesting premise about, it really only reflects, quote, what we tell it to reflect. And so kind of at the base level, this idea of saying, hey, why not just kind of introduce into its training concern and care for people?
Yeah, he says here, the right model is the only model we have for a more intelligent thing being controlled by a less intelligent thing, which is a mother being controlled by her baby. These super intelligent, caring AI mothers, most of them, won't want to get rid of the maternal instinct because they don't want us, their mother, to die, right? I mean, isn't that crazy? I mean, I love his thinking. This sounds like a great novel, by the way.
I mean, it's it really does come out of a lot of the science fiction episodes. I mean, I'm a huge Star Trek person, and Next Generation, the Borg, right?
Yes.
I mean, they could not figure out how to do anything until it was very simple. Like, wait a minute, these are a networked intelligence, humanoid mix of machines, and hey, why not just send a programming thing that says go to sleep? And boom, the Borg went to sleep.
Yep.
So
and
easy peasy.
And then they woke up in the Trump administration. And now we're all connected.
Got reactivated. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, I think, again, this is a very credible person, though, too, that is putting out there, Nobel Prize. And, how do we talk about these issues? Because, it's kind of going like, in one way, when you get people like him admitting, going like, hey, we don't even really know how it does what it does.
Right.
That is kind of like going like, what? Really? Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can hear Shatner in the background there.
Right. We got to leave it there. Dr. Tim Slecker, thank you for joining us. You can always listen to Busted Pencils on the Civic Media Radio Network, the great podcast that they have.
I think anytime you bring up the Borg, I mean, you're there. We made it.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Love it.
Once again, the keyword for the Listener Appreciation Party, just want to remind you, the keyword is T. You can text that in. We'll continue to remind you in our next hour about that. More of John and Gordy after this.
All right, Tim. Boy, a lot of weird stuff,
a lot of strange stuff in there.
Yeah. Hey, what was the text that came?
Scroll back.
Yeah. Here, let's see here.
I think it's Robert from McFarland.
Matt?
Talk to Pi, your personal AI.
No, you went right by.
Oh, this. Talk to Pi, your personal AI.
There's an LLM
Why do I not
with built-in empathy.
I don't trust to click on that.
I don't know what the LLM.
Large language model.
Oh, AI with built-in empathy.
And he came up with a link. So
yeah, I see. Yeah.
Did you want to know that link? It's just
no. I thought somebody also had texted.
There was another one.
Matt.
Somebody was trying to make a funny about PragerU.
So okay.
It sounded like it's for pregnant students going to school.
Pregnant you.
Actually, it's kind of funny. I wish we.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
We did get one more. Yeah. Okay.
I'm actually gonna go and do a little PragerU watching to get myself motivated for the day.
Yes.
Well,
yes. Check out what's planned. It's crazy stuff.
I am just happy to know that I am alive.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I got to tell you this. Hinton said this about AI helping humans achieve immortality. I don't believe we will live forever. I think living forever would be a big mistake. Do you want a world run by 200-year-old white guys?
Right.
So
Wait,
this guy is pretty smart, man.
Don't we already have that?
Right.
That's right.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Later.
We'll see you later.
See you, Tim.
place to go.
Thank you, Shondell Marks. It is 7 minutes past the hour. Sunshine this morning. Highs getting up close to 80 degrees. We'll see a few clouds along the way, but it's bright and beautiful in downtown Madison, Wisconsin. John Peterson, Gordy Young, along with Dominic Lee, our producer. As we move into the 7 o'clock hour, this portion of the show brought to you by Verlo Mattress. You can start the school year off right with a mattress set built just for your student, John. It's time for you to get a better night's sleep and for them to get a better night's sleep, too, with a new Verlo mattress. You know, for bigger dreams, those students really need to sleep well.
I think you're right.
Good sleep is important. Oh. And you can find that with a Verlo mattress.
It's a heavy trip, man.
Okay, thank you for that. It's back to school time all this month at Verlo Mattress. Go to Verlo Mattress on the east side or the west side.
You flustered them here.
Check them out at verlo.com. Want to remind you, our listener appreciation party is happening September 6th at Downdren's Distilling in Cottage Grove. You can be a part of it. It's free and open to the public, and you can just show up on September 6th at 3 o'clock at Downdren's Distilling. But we also have a VIP invite to offer. If you want to get in on this, you can text us the word T. That's the key word. Get that into us before 8 a.m., and that will get you the WMDX swag bag and also a free tour of Downdren's Distilling and a tasting of some of their spirits. Again, the key word is tea, so get that into us. We'll have a couple of winners from today, and we'll notify you if you are a winner, okay?
That's great.
John Peterson, over to you.
All right, well, we'll pick up a little bit of idiocracy here this morning. Why not, right?
Sure.
I mean, there's so much going on that is just insane.
It never ends.
And crazy. And I think let's start off with the Ultimate Fighting Challenge. That
Really?
That's going to be at the White House, celebrating the 250th birthday of our nation. And I can't think of a better way to do it than having just free for all.
They're going to have a UFC
the White House
fight.
Lawn.
Really?
Yeah.
They're going to set up the ring and have a fight.
That's right.
A UFC fight.
Yes, and a little nepotism is also a part of this. UFC CEO Dana White stated that Trump requested his daughter Ivanka be involved in the planning of the event. So there you go.
Why are they hauling her in?
Well, everybody's got to get paid. They're trying to make as much money out of this as they possibly can while they have the 4 years. Let's listen to cut 117, all right? Listen to this.
So every one of our national park, battlefields, and historic sites are going to have special events in honor of America 250. And I even think we're going to have a UFC fight. Does anybody watch UFC, the Great Dana White?
No.
Oh, God.
We're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this on the grounds of the White House.
I'm thinking about it.
We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little, we're not. Dana's going to do it. Dana's great, one of a kind. We're going to have a UFC fight, championship fight, full fight, like 20, 25,000 people.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that as part of 250 also. We're going to have some incredible events, some professional events, some amateur events, but the UFC fight's going to be a big deal.
Well, I'm sure that'll be great.
Whose idea was that? Why would they do this? It's just...
I think there's a term that we often bandy about, and that is white trash. This is. I don't know why. Why don't we just put a little trailer park in the back of the White House? What is that?
Bunch of
again, having been a census taker, there are great people out in the trailer parks. Really nice people. Nothing bad against them. I'm just saying that the standard, truly Southern is something else. Anyway, look, this is the way it is, and we're going to have to accept it. PragerU giving us our educational material now.
But a UFC fight on the White House lawn?
But don't worry about the damn lawn, because Trump knows everything about grass.
Oh, that's right.
All right?
Yes.
So
he's a grass expert.
Well, did you hear that? I did too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did he get on this ramble?
Let's listen to cut 113, the grass expert who knows all about lawns and golf courses.
We're going to be redoing the parks, redoing the grass. You know, grass is a lifetime like people have a lifetime. And the lifetime of this grass has long been gone when you look at the parks where the grass is old, tired, exhausted. We're going to redo the grass with the finest grasses. I know a lot about grass because I own a lot of golf courses, and if you don't have good grass, you're not in business.
Grass. Oh, man. He's just really gone off the rails.
Now, you know, if Cheech and Chong were popular today, we could take grass a little bit differently, right?
Yeah.
So he knows everything.
He knows everything about grass.
It's looking a little tired.
Boy.
God. There's nothing left, is there? There really isn't anything left. And listen to this from Rachel Maddow. She was talking about the National Guard and D.C. and how this opens up a whole new avenue of stopping crime in the capital city. Listen, it's cut 108. 108.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's listen.
President Trump today deployed hundreds of National Guardsmen and women into Washington, D.C. Send the U.S. military to become the police force in Washington, D.C. The lead in the Washington Post tonight, quote, President Donald Trump announced today that he is placing the D.C. police under direct federal control and will deploy the National Guard to the streets of Washington, an extraordinary flex of federal power that strips city leadership of its ability to make law enforcement decisions and could expose residents of the nation's capital to unpredictable encounters with a domestically deployed military force. A domestically deployed military force. Because tough on crime.
That's right.
You think it's really about crime? You think it's really about being tough on crime? Do you want to maybe track down the axe and machete triple murderer Trump just released to the streets of Orlando to go ask him if he thinks it's about being tough on crime?
Probably not, then.
Or you maybe want to pop in to ask Ghislaine at that Bureau of Prisons crown jewel facility that kind of looks like a community college?
I guess
Want to go ask her?
Lost our argument.
Think it's because he's so tough on crime?
No, I guess not.
That said, I mean, let's be generous here. Maybe it's not really just a generic tough on crime thing. Maybe it's specifically because it's D.C., which is the seat of the U.S. federal government. So even for a city enjoying a 30-year low in violent crime, maybe that's still just an intolerable amount of crime, specifically because it's D.C., and D.C. is where the federal government is, and maybe he's just really sensitive about protecting the federal government. Maybe he's really sensitive and really focused when it comes to protecting the seat of the federal government from any kind of crime. January 6th, no, forget about that. He's just sensitive about it now. Maybe that's it. Well, let's see. Today's Monday. On Friday, this happened. A sustained violent attack on the headquarters of the federal government Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
That's right.
See all those little pock marks, those little holes? Those are bullet holes in the CDC. More than 180 shots fired. He was found with 5 guns, including 4 long guns, and bullets that he fired at the CDC broke at least 150 windows. 1 police officer was killed. The gunman died as well. It's not clear if he shot himself or was shot by law enforcement. It is a miracle, obviously, that CDC personnel other than the police officer protecting them were not killed. The head of the agency that includes the CDC, Donald Trump's health secretary, Robert F. Kennedy, posted this online after the shooting.
He's showing fish.
This was his response.
Yeah.
It wasn't until later and after he finished posting his fishing pictures that he got around to expressing condolences for the shooting or whatever.
That's what happened.
This major attack on a federal government facility, again, 180 shots fired into the CDC. This major attack on a federal government facility has so far garnered no response whatsoever from President Donald Trump, let alone an armed response into Atlanta, where the CDC headquarters is. But he did send in the National Guard to Washington, D.C. today because tough on crime, you think? Maybe it's not about crime. Maybe it's not about defending the federal government from threats, right? Maybe it's not about any other thing he might voice. Maybe it's what you can see with your own 2 eyes. Maybe it's that he really enjoys using U.S. military force against American civilians on American soil and wants any excuse to do it anywhere he can.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
right at the end. There.
Yeah.
It's a show. It's a show of force, but it's all a show for the cameras.
You know, the thing with RFK Jr., not saying anything, not doing anything, on a fishing trip, showing pictures of his catch.
Right.
Remember the big deal that Megas made over Pete Buttigieg not being at every possible train wreck?
Right.
I mean, that is something to consider. They were outraged by that.
Sure.
Why wasn't he there?
Why wasn't he
right?
there?
Well, there's a train wreck, I think in Texas, wasn't it? Toxic material. None of it is leaking, but I don't see Sean Duffy hanging around. I don't see anybody complaining that Sean Duffy hasn't been there and standing on those trains, making sure everybody's doing their thing. No complaints.
Yeah.
Where are the megas? Let's go to the phone lines right now. Dick, what do you got?
Good morning, Dick.
Good morning. Real quick on the D.C. thing, something that Malcolm Nance said yesterday, hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
He goes, how did the city go from, having his little parade get together to just this horrible crime-laden place?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a home run, isn't it?
It
but
really
here's another
is.
one that just cracked me up. He wants all his data. I just read this story on, who's going to what college and who's being admitted and all this stuff. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That comes from the education department, and that group that was getting and collecting all that data, there were 100 people there. Now there's 4.
Wow.
Who made the cuts?
Yeah.
And now he's demanding all this stuff. Why aren't white males and Asian? I can't believe he really cares about Asian people, but that's what they're saying they need this information for.
Yeah.
And yet, when you slashed it from 100 people specifically dealing with that to 4.
Obviously.
Yep.
Not going to work.
Consequences. Yep.
All right.
Dick, thank you for that call.
Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out, too. It's just, it really is. I mean, the stark difference between having this big parade in D.C. Suddenly, it's, the way he described it, the homeless people who don't commit crimes, they don't have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
They're carrying around their stuff.
Right.
So, I don't know, getting rid of, hey, you guys better leave now. It's like they have been just hanging out because they haven't gotten a ride yet. It's just...
it just doesn't make
silly
it.
stuff.
It's nonsensical.
Yeah, nonsensical.
This portion of the show brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center. Check with them for fast and flexible appointments. While others have 6-month wait times, they can get you in within a week or less. Give them a call. Madison Hearing Aid Center, 608-249-4077, or go to their website, madisonhearingaidcenter.com. They are at 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison. Madison Hearing Aid Center. Coming right back, we'll update the weather and have much more of John and Gordy in the morning from Madison, Wisconsin, WMDX.
Goose-stepping mama on the cover charge. Goose-stepping mama taken by and large. While you tinker with some tailor, someone sold you to a sailor. Goose-stepping mama, oh yeah, goose-stepping mama.
WMDX, it's 92.7. And you know who this is?
Yeah, who?
John Peterson.
Yeah. And Gordy Young.
Yeah.
Along with Dom Lee, our producer, broadcasting from beautiful State Street in Madison. This portion of the show brought to you by Verlo Mattress. They're having a back-to-school sale all this month. You can start the school year out right with a new mattress set for your student. It's time to get it together. Give them a better night's sleep with a new Verlo mattress. Go to Verlo Mattress, East Side location in Madison or West Side location in Madison, or just go to verlo.com and find out more right there. Again, phone lines or the texts are open. Civic Media Text is the way to do the listener appreciation party if you want to get in on this. The party is happening September 6th, 3 p.m. at Downdren's Distilling in Cottage Grove. We're asking all of our listeners, you can show up. It's open to the public, and it's free to just come on in. We're going to get together and socialize and have a few drinks along the way, and it's a family-friendly place as well. There is a children's playground at Downdren's Distilling, and you have a chance to get a VIP invite if you text us the word T. That's TEA. Text that to us on your Civic Media app, and you and a guest will get a free tour of the distillery, tasting some of their spirits, and also get a WMDX swag bag. Again, that's Saturday, September 6th at 3 p.m. at Downdren's Distilling. Just go to our website, WMDXradio.com, for more information. You can click on the Downdren's Distilling VIP banner there and find out a lot more. By the way, that poll is continuing, John. Which side of town, this is on our WMDXradio.com website, which side of town has it better? East side or west side in Madison? Do you want to guess who's ahead?
The west side.
I'm guessing west side.
You're wrong.
Okay.
East side, 55%. West side, 44%.
It's close.
They have it, but, has it better? Who has it better? What does that actually mean?
Yeah.
Who has it better? Which is nicer? Which is more convenient for people to live in?
I will admit, I think there are a lot of great places to go on the east side.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of different eclectic places to go.
Yeah.
And I think they may have the upper hand on this. I have often complained, saying, why did they build that store there? Why didn't they do it on the west side? I have often complained.
The east side has a lot of music happening.
Yeah.
And it's got Willie Street, of course. The famed street over there.
Yeah.
But
you got the movie theaters at the mall.
Yeah.
Where they serve food and beer.
Right.
I thought, why didn't they do that on the west side?
Isn't the east side older?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Generally speaking.
There's a lot of development out there, and they've put in new stores, bigger stores.
Yeah.
I'm a shopper.
Yeah,
I'll just admit that.
You are.
Well, if
you finally admitted,
if you live part-time at Costco, you must be a shopper. Well, I was watching this poll, Ipsos poll.
Yeah.
And I'm maybe it hasn't taken into consideration DC in this, but who handles crime better? And believe this or not, minus 26 for Joe Biden. Okay. Plus one for Trump for handling crime.
What?
People seem to think that this is the way to handle crime, is just put the National Guard, Marines, the police out in the streets running
rough
things,
up people,
having checkpoints. Come on. What in the hell is I said this before Trump was elected, but I thought I was getting a sense that a lot of people did want to see a dictatorship.
Really?
That they were thinking that this is the way to go.
Yeah.
I think I have a dictatorship clip there, don't I? Right at the top. I just added it, I believe. Look into the file there. I think we have one.
Okay, something on dictatorship there for Dom? Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Why don't we play this? This is done before the election.
Okay.
We're going to fight crime. Yeah. That's a good thing. Already they're saying, he's a dictator. The place is going to hell, and we've got to stop it. So instead of saying he's a dictator, they should say, we're going to join him and make Washington safe. But they say, he's a dictator. And then they end up getting mugged, and but the stats are very bad. But we're going to.
No, there he goes.
We're going to. I think we'll actually get Democrat support. I really
Stick to the
believe
script.
they can't do this one too. It's,
I don't
Just
think
rambling.
so, yeah.
Just as he stumbles off the stage.
What?
Can you imagine being
I
his
just don't get it.
assistant?
I honestly just don't get it. What is it these people see? Oh my God, it just doesn't end. And your head splits, it breaks.
I know.
You can't wrap your head around anything that he's saying, and everybody loves it. And he's +1 for handling crime in the country, as opposed to Biden. The thing is with Biden, the Republicans were so adamant about Biden being a criminal, that the public, started believing it. And again, this is what I've been saying all along, is that when you have somebody who runs for president for 4 years, this is what Trump did. 4 years he ran. He had rallies all over the country. He ran to be president this time around. That's why he won. And we had a 3-month period for Kamala to make an impression.
Right.
And it was very close.
It was.
Very close. In fact, Trump didn't get the popular vote when you consider Kamala's votes and all the independents that got votes. Trump came in second. So it's just insane to think. And this is Trump now saying that, hey,
crazy upside down world. Well, Jim Santel will be along shortly to make sense of it all for us. He's going to bring us some clarity. Okay?
All right.
Right around the corner. First, we're going to check in with the Midwest Food and Farm Report. Then we'll be back with attorney Jim Santel in our next half hour. John and Gordy in the morning on WMDX Madison. Hello, Jim.
Gentlemen, good morning. How are you today?
Doing all right.
We're doing good. Doing good.
I was laughing. I don't know if you saw me in the behind the scenes. I was laughing out loud. And my president, as you were just indicated, just said it, then trails off. And there's not even words anymore. It's just,
mumbling and
I know.
It's a style. It's a
style.
Right?
It's.
By the way, this guy who is withdrawing from going to our party, he is from California.
Oh, really?
Because I'm looking here.
Really? How do you know that?
Really?
He is. Let's see here. He mentions coming in to the.
Oh,
state.
Dan from here. Move that. It's right there behind that.
Oh, North Carolina. Dan
no,
from
Holly
Springs,
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's coming into town, but he's not going to be here at that time.
Oh,
realize.
We are going global.
I told you.
There was a party I wasn't invited to. Is that what you're telling me?
You are invited.
Oh, you are.
We would love to have you there, actually.
You say that on the air.
We don't have enough people.
September 6th.
30 seconds.
Which is a Saturday, 3 p.m. at Downdren's Distilling. You're certainly invited. It's in Cottage Grove, which is right next to Madison, part of Madison, really.
20 seconds.
Oh, if you can make it, it'd be great. We're trying to get everybody. Come on over, Jim. Yeah, really.
You don't have to.
It'll be a fun time.
No, I don't. I'm not
free
forcing
liquor.
you, Jim.
Come on.
Don't
free
feel
liquor.
obligated. WMDX, John and Gordy in the morning.
7:35, sunshine to start the day. We'll see a few clouds along the way and highs near 80 degrees. Want to remind you again, our listener appreciation party, you are invited to it. It's open to the public. We're gathering everybody together September 6th at Downdren's Distilling in Cottage Grove to socialize and have a fun get-together. You can bring the kids. They have a playground out there, and we're giving you a chance to also win a VIP invite to that party. So everybody's invited, okay? It's open and free to the public, but if you want to get a VIP invite, you get a little something extra, a free tour of the distillery for you and a guest, and a tasting of some of their spirits, and a WMDX swag bag. How do you enter? Well, you can send us an entry right now with your Civic Media app. Just jump on there and text us the word T. That's TEA before 8 a.m. And we'll draw a couple of winners today. We'll have another chance tomorrow. And next week, we'll have some more chances to win. Jim Santel has indicated he might be available to come to that Downdren's Distilling listener appreciation party. Good morning, Jim.
Unless something comes up.
I know you're a very busy guy.
I am especially attracted to it, as should all your listeners be, by the fact that Dom told me that in addition to all those wonderful other package things, the two of you are going to be doing dramatic readings of some of my president's most significant recent statements. And I'm looking forward to that. I think we all are.
I actually think that's a great idea. That could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Jim, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good to see you.
Yeah, we would love to have you there if you can make it.
I do want to get to just a few of our texts before we get into anything else here. I want to get to Matt out in Middleton. Trump consistently calls everyone that is not MAGA radical to deflect from the fact that MAGA is extremist and 100% radical. The simple-minded eat this stuff up and deflects from every other word that he says. That's one of the responses that we had. Also, I was thinking that PragerU was where all pregnant students were going to go to school. Sounds like another Southern idea.
Mm-hmm. We were talking education with Tim Slecker earlier about that.
And somebody recommended a website to go to because there is an AI that's built with empathy.
Really?
So they have a link there, and I don't know if we'll post that any place.
Yeah, we should. Tom? Can post that.
And I believe that CJ is likely taking notes on our criticism of Trump and preparing to denounce us to Trump's Ministry of Truth Social. By the way, he said he's going to make it out to our party.
CJ is? Yeah. Oh, that'll be a lot of fun to see him. Hey, he's like I say, everybody's invited.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
like to meet CJ.
I'm hearing. All right. And I know that Matt Rothschild actually went out with him, right?
Oh, is that right?
For coffee. I
Really?
believe.
With CJ?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We always reach out to the other side. They don't give a damn about us. All right. Well, anyway, Jim,
Okay,
I'm
let's
sorry
get
to
back
have
to Jim.
interrupted
Jim's
here.
sitting here
Jim's
patiently waiting.
Well, he's got a lot of stuff here to get to, and let's talk about D.C. We've been talking about it, and of course, he's going to plant greener grass now. He knows everything about grass out in D.C.
Yes, our president is
That's right.
focused on grass now.
That's right. But what about the military takeover where they have checkpoints now in the street? Isn't that something?
In D.C.
It is something, and I happen to bring a little bit of additional perspective on this. Obviously, for about 30 years, I worked for domestic law enforcement, and then for 2 years, as you and some of your listeners know, I was in Iraq during the war, 2006, 2008, and brought home to me something that we academically have always understood, that the functions of domestic policing are dramatically different. The missions of it are dramatically, significantly different than our military operations, right? The purpose of, as we all know, war is disaster. It is catastrophe. It needs there are just wars out there. We have seen them. There have been in our history, but it is catastrophe. And the point behind military operations are destruction and bringing an enemy to its knees. Yep. That is a very different functional thing. And again, General Petraeus would talk about this, and others in the military there, a very different function than doing something else that we're also responsible for, not only in Baghdad, but now, of course, always in America, a domestic policing operation. Again, different function, different purpose. What is the purpose of domestic policing? It is service and safety and security. It is just the opposite of what a military operation is. Now, not to say that some of those don't overlap from time to time. When I was Iraq, plainly trying to maintain safety and security inside the urban areas of Baghdad and Kirkuk and Mosul, other places, but they're fundamentally different operations. And that's why, for example, when you mention these checkpoints and the other encounters that, again, residents of the District of Columbia, visitors there will have, you've got a very different approach when you are in the military than when you are in a domestic police force. And I certainly do hope that my prediction does not come true, but the possibility of having some catastrophic event because of that difference in mission. And that's what really concerns me. And again, beyond that, of course, as you have said in this broadcast repeatedly, there's no reason for this at all. A 30% reduction from last year alone in terms of crime. You can go there. I'm not saying you walk around every place in every neighborhood at 2 o'clock in the morning, but it is a relatively safe city, given some of our other challenges in America, not one that needs our military intervention at this time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. And I know that the right wing wants to essentially call into question all of the statistics the police department has been gathering. That's what they're doing now. They're saying it's been manipulated, and that's why it's so, the crime is down so much now. And they've also accused one of the police officers, commanders there, of lowering the statistical averages. So, yeah, but that is a retaliatory thing. It's in the weeds, but I'm thinking that there is a lot of truth to the fact that crime has gone down dramatically in D.C. It's gone down dramatically in all the cities across the U.S. Right. They were accusing Biden of not taking care of crime. Crime was down dramatically everywhere. So they're going to have a hard time convincing other cities that they should be taken over by the National Guard in this case. And he wants to take over Chicago and L.A. again.
New York.
Yeah, New York, the whole thing.
Do you have spikes in events? Absolutely. Are the events that attract the attention appropriately of the media when they happen? Again, human calamity. But those statistics that you're talking about, where do they come from? They're from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Where do they get their numbers? When by law, they are mandated, that is, local municipalities and towns and villages are mandated to provide information about their own local statistics to the FBI for the purpose of assembling nationwide information. This is not made up by people in Washington, D.C. This comes from localities put together there so that we can identify exactly what you just said, John, Gordy, that we have had dramatic decreases once again in crime in recent decades, not just months, not just years, but in decades.
Talking to Jim Santel, attorney at law. And Jim,
you have something here about the D.C. Appeals Court.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that.
Let's find out. Is this something outrageous that we should be worried about, where they determine that Trump can lawfully terminate foreign assistance funding? Because the Supreme Court is handing Trump an awful lot of power at this point. Yeah. Now the D.C. Appeals Court has done pretty much the exact same thing. Is this something we should be worried about?
I think it is. This goes to the issue we note specifically USAID funding cut, and again, statistics about the number of people overseas who likely died. We don't know that with great specificity, but likely died because of the lack of funding that we have now effectively pulled out. We know the USAID office in Washington, other places have been shuttered. And so we have, just yesterday, Federal Appeals Court, District of Columbia, this is a 2-to-1, a 3-judge panel, a 2-to-1 vote. And again, it's not the entire panel, but they basically said that under something called the Impoundment Control Act, which is what the Government Accountability Office uses and invokes, President, that frankly, no independent entity, no independent person can challenge, so it's sort of a standing issue, can challenge the president's decision. Only the Government Accountability Office, which is the Congress's independent watchdog, they're the only ones that can sue. And interestingly, they haven't done that up to this point. Although, again, curiously, earlier in the year, the Government Accountability Office has founded that the president's impoundment of those funds authorized by Congress was illegal. So it's very, very wonky, very, very lots of things going on here. But the upshot is 2 judges out of 3 yesterday said he's got the capacity to do that. You do have a 3rd judge, and that judge it basically says, court's holding that the grantees have no constitutional cause of action is as startling as it is erroneous. Goes on to say, majority holds that when the president refuses to spend funds appropriated by Congress based on policy disagreements, that is merely a statutory violation and raises no constitutional alarm bells. And that's what we've seen in virtually every other court out there, is saying, no, Mr. President, you can't do this. Only the Congress can do it. Only the Congress can affect tariffs and those kinds of things. This is another one. We've got 2 judges out of 3. It's a large panel of total judges there. Maybe it'll go up to what's called an en banc hearing. But right now, you've got an appeals court that says, go ahead, Mr. President, keep those funds away. Even though Congress, the elected body of our nation, has said we want to support this overseas initiative to keep people alive, cultural issues, basically basic sustenance issues, economic issues, commerce issues, no more. And our court today, one of the courts said, that's okay. What kind of an America are we thinking about right now when it comes to that sort of a ruling?
Right, exactly.
What about all these seem like side issues, but, stuff at the White House where the president just wants to build a ballroom and he's going to pay for it, or he's going to get the funds to pay for it, or having a UFC fight. I can't believe I'm even saying this. I know. On the grounds of the White House. I mean, to build any kind of building in D.C., don't you need to get that through Congress and get everybody to sign off on it and approve it? This ballroom is huge that he wants to build.
Ballroom is huge, and I suspect that's one party to which none of the 3 or 4 of us is going to be invited at any time soon. No. But the answer, of course, is remember that the White House is our house, right? The President of the United States does not own it. Have there been changes? Of course, the South Portico was added on during the Truman years, other things to renovate it over time. And the issue, again, about whether those kinds of things should happen at the White House, certainly there is government involvement. And the notion you simply say, well, I own it right now, I'm going to build something here. And oh, by the way, others are going to support it. That may address some portion of the financial issue, but there are historical issues. There are certainly just basically security issues related to creating this huge entity, this huge thing that will be built there for presumably hundreds of people coming in. Those issues have to be addressed. This is not just an independent thing that happens. Your point is exactly well noted.
Well, it's just another distraction. It's just another issue to take away from the Epstein files issues, which are going to continue.
Right.
He wants to deflect the attention away from that, and he's continuing to do that. It is 7:48. Jim, we can have you stick around if you're able to do that
just
for
that.
a few more minutes. This portion of the show is brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center. Go to their website, MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. They're family-owned and community-focused, and they offer convenience over complexity, helping people change their lives. Their number one goal isn't just selling hearing aids, it's improving the quality of life through better hearing. Call them today, 608-249-4077, or go to their website, MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. Back with more with attorney Jim Santel on John and Gordy on WMDX Madison.
Say, Jim?
Your allergies gotten a hold of you there.
I know,
buddy.
I can't even breathe. I want to talk, if you can, about the same-sex marriage case, about
Yes.
the clerk refusing
Yes.
to pass out a marriage license, but the court now has
Absolutely.
taken this case. I'm going to be right back. All right.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Good.
Okay. All right. We'll
So,
hold down
so
the
Kim,
fort here.
Kim Davis is not then invited to your party on the 6th. I'm trying to get a sense of who the invitees are. So I'm guessing Kim Davis is not going to be there. But again, as
Tim
you say,
Da-
and everyone is invited, right? Everyone is
yes,
invited.
yes,
yeah.
yes. It's open to the public. We're offering this VIP thing that we put together to take a tour of the distillery and get some tasting of some of their fine liquors.
I have a feeling it's going to be pretty busy. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of
Well,
people.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of an
That's what we're banking
indoor-outdoor
on.
place, I guess. I
Yeah.
mean, they have an indoor facility, but a lot of it is kind of outside.
It looks, it looks beautiful. Yeah, there's an outside
It's
like
big.
patio area.
Yeah, there's a big patio area and then a children's playground.
Fireplaces everywhere. It's very trendy.
It's going to be fun, I think.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I have it
Yeah,
on my
we-
calendar, so I
Well,
will
please
let
come,
you,
Jim. It would be great to see you in person.
I would
Have you
it'd be
here.
wonderful, and I promise I will not pontificate about what the latest obscure, wonky appeals court decision may be out there. Did you know there was a district court in New Mexico that permitted a road construction? Did you know that?
That's okay. John will 100%. He will 100% do that.
Oh, yeah.
During the time. So you talk away.
Jim, it's a party. It's a party, Jim.
Full blown
Come down
fight goes out.
off the soapbox for once, right?
Yeah.
That UFC battle is going to be between CJ and John at the
There you
Downers
go.
Appreciation
Good.
Party.
I have a feeling CJ is, his bark is worse than his bite. I mean,
we'll have to see.
And
But
I think, we haven't heard from him lately.
It's true.
And we haven't had a chance to find out what CJ thinks about the Epstein files, whether they should be released or not.
I mean, we know what bar he likes and stuff because we had that whole conversation with him at one point
Oh,
about all
bars
the
that
different
had
bars
closed?
and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wholesome
Yes,
CJ moment.
CJ
but
was in
there's
on
not a whole
that.
lot of them.
Yeah. So
Every so often, again, not recently though, for months, he used to call in this Saturday morning. He did call in, and we just had amazingly a number of callers, which very seldom happens on Saturday. But I wanted to talk with him actually, and he clipped off afterwards. So, but I would be delighted to meet him as well, and I mean that seriously.
Wow. Yeah.
20 seconds.
All right.
Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. Let me take you where the action is. Let me take you where the action is. It's so neat to meet your baby where the action is.
This is where the action is. WMDX 92.7. Check out the Civic Media app, too. We're there, and you can text us or voice note us as well. Tell us what you think. We want you on the program. Your thoughts.
Yes, you can also call us, 608-879-8255. A few more minutes here with Jim Santel. And
Amicus, a law review. You can hear it on Saturdays from 9 to 11 o'clock p.m. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's in the morning.
In the morning.
That.
If only they would let me go 11, 12, 13 hours. We've got plenty of material, and
yeah, what the heck?
The lights would be off and producers would be gone, but Jim Santel just drones on.
just going on and on. Let's talk about the Supreme Court now taking on the case. This is something they turned down, I believe, in 2023, but they're going back to it. They have a majority now who agreed to take this case. It is the case in regards to the city clerk, I believe, that would not pass out a marriage certificate to a same-sex couple.
Yeah.
And I think this, now correct me if I'm wrong, but is this something to do with like a conscience clause where people have a religious belief and they get an exemption and they can actually turn down giving something up because of their conscience or their religious belief? Is that what this is about?
That's certainly what she maintains, but you really touched, John, on the real issue, why this is so important. It needs to be understood in terms of what it is. This is a clerk. She is Kim Davis. There are, as you know, I don't even know the numbers, probably tens of thousands of clerks across America. They're very important. They make government go, it's a municipal government, and they do what are called ministerial acts, which is you go and you pay your tax bill. Maybe you pay off a parking citation. All kinds of things. And yes, indeed, you go to get marriage licenses. And what happened, of course, is the Supreme Court a decade ago said it is now constitutional. You got a privacy right to same-sex marriage. And that applies to everybody across the nation, regardless of where you are, regardless of what your conscience or your religion may say. And what that means is that I cannot bring my particular view about religion, or should not be able to bring my view about religion, my conscience, into doing what are these ministerial acts. I've got an obligation to do that because that is what the law is. That's what the rule of law dictates. And what happens is she says, no, I'm not going to do that. And she gets involved. She is fined. She's jailed briefly. There's a several $100,000 fine against her for various things. And she is appealing that judgment now, saying that should not have happened. And buried inside that is this notion that she wants the Supreme Court, remember, to take on the case and then to overturn what it did in Obergefell, which is the case that affirmed privacy rights to same-sex marriage. So there's a lot going on there again.
A bigger case, yeah.
It's a bigger case, but she's melding this inside this religious advocacy and maintaining that her decision as a clerk not to do what the people elected her to do is somehow forgiven by the fact, and the decision not to engage in what she is assigned to do, that is forgiven by the fact that she individually, personally, does not like what the law in America is. Well, there are two alternatives. One is you either follow that law in your role as a government official, or you don't take that job. You don't run for it. And we do not prevent you from thinking things and from advocating, again, in the privacy of your own conduct, what your religious faith is. We just prohibit you from bringing that into a ministerial act, something that she is obliged to do. She is just plain wrong on the law. And this notion that somebody's going to bootstrap a review of Obergefell for the Supreme Court, for what it's worth, you're right. The composition has changed after Justice Kennedy's opinion. There have got to be 4 justices who say, let's bring this on. An awful lot of people. I've stopped predicting what the Supreme Court is going to do long ago, right? Yeah. But the Supreme Court has got to say, yes, we're going to take that case on. There's still hope that at least 6 members of the Supreme Court will say, no, let's not revisit this. We've got other things to do. And so they may not decide to put this on their docket for October. But right now, you're right. The request is pending for the Supreme Court to take this on. They can also narrow the question. They can determine whether or not it's just a ministerial issue, whether they're going to go big and address Obergefell once again. But it is troubling that once again we're back there, and the privacy rights once again in the news. We know that at least 1, if not 2 justices would be very much inclined when it comes to all these kinds of things. This same-sex marriage, all kinds of marriage arrangements here, including a different race marriage, all those kinds of things could be back on the table.
Well, the thing that I always thought was, well, it it's unconstitutional to deny somebody else their rights. I mean, if
Exactly.
they go in there and apply for a marriage license and you have some kind of religious conflict with it, you can't deny somebody else their First Amendment rights because then it becomes unconstitutional. I know this is very simplistic thinking. That's what I was taught when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So, once you start taking somebody else's rights away, that's where the conflict takes place. And in other words, you can't do it. And in this case, she certainly wants these rights. This is a dominionist thing too, a religious dominion. They want religion to take precedent over constitutional law. That's what Christian nationalism is all about.
Mm-hmm. So we'll watch the Supreme Court very closely soon, see what they do.
Yeah.
They've got a decision apparently on September 29th. They'll tell us whether they're going to be going ahead with this or not. I'll be back before then and see you on the 6th before then.
Will.
So lots of things to talk about.
All right.
We got to leave it there. Attorney Jim Santel, you can listen to his excellent podcast every Saturday morning on the Civic Media Radio Network. Jim, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure, gentlemen.
Coming up tomorrow on the big show, Pam Yankee will join us. Also, Savannah Tomei Olson with a news update, and Rocker with a Max Inc. preview.
And I don't think we'll run out of idiocracy.
Oh, we've got plenty of it.
No.
Yeah, we'll have that and a whole lot more. We hope you have a great day. Stephanie Miller is next. Thank you for joining us. So long.
See you later.
Hasta mañana.
Hit the bricks.
Yeah, hit the road. Get out of here.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
All good. We'll.
There we go. There we go.
I'm going to look at my calendar if I can be there, and it would be fun to be there with you. So thank you.
Bring
for
a
the
guest if
invitation.
you. Bring a guest if you would like.
Yeah.
Terrific.
I'll
bring all members of my community, and then just completely everybody in the neighborhood here.
Pack them in.
Right.
The more lawyers, the better. Bring all your lawyer buddies.
Let's